Oh, hello. Careful where you step. I just planted some seeds, and I'd hate to have to start all over again. But you didn't come over to hear me complain. What can I help you with today? A sweet roll? How do you know about... Yes, I received a sweet roll, just as my husband did before he disappeared. What interests are my troubles to you, I wonder? Really? Did Riemann hire you? How kind. Though why he cares now when he couldn't have been bothered after my husband vanished makes me curious as to his true intentions. Perhaps fate will take a different course. Certainly I didn't predict your involvement. I thought I did. Well, no. I don't know him that well. I mean, I know people like him. Liars and cheaters who use people and take advantage of their giving nature. So Riemann hired you to stop the murderer? I find that to be very interesting. My husband? He received one of those sweet rolls with the message inside, just like I did. The dire prediction frightened him, I can tell you that. He gathered weapons and locked himself in his study. But he still disappeared without a trace. No, not even a drop of blood to remember him by. But my husband was just one of a series of murders linked to this sweetroll killer. It's been going on for months and months, and now Riemann suddenly cares? I wonder why he's had a change of heart. No. The others who received the sweet rolls, I'm sure they need more help than me. I've got a house in Anvil. I can hide there until you catch the murderer. Just watch out for that Riemann. His own interests are more important to him than anything else.
What do you want?
Raz knew you would find us. It's not much, but it's private. The enchanter is an old friend. I helped her out once when an enchantment went bad. Made most of Raz's fur fall out. Very embarrassing. Still, now we get this comfy meeting place. Raz has seen these types of killings before. A victim receives a sweet roll that contains a prediction of impending doom, then is murdered a few days later. The murderer killed several of the Queen's advisors and then escaped. Made Raz look bad. So much doubt! Haven't you figured out that Raz is perfect yet? But yes, I fear we're dealing with the same monster. Luckily, my apprentice received a sweet roll. That means we can set a trap. There's just one problem. Alright, probably more than one. But what concerns Raz is the network of messengers the killer is using to deliver his gifts. They've placed notes in the oddest locations. Raz fears these actions indicate the killer plans to strike, and soon. We'll locate a messenger and figure out what they've been placing around town. Maybe even get them to lead us right to the killer. Meet Raz outside and we'll track them together. What about her? Oh, Raz sees what you're getting at. She'll stay here and hopefully not wind up murdered. She's still in training, and we haven't gotten to the use of weapons yet. Last time I gave her a dagger, she almost put out her eye. Raz doesn't think that's such a good idea, but he will give the lady elf a little knife, just in case. Now, let's go track down a killer. But Raz saw one of the suspicious messengers near the hedge maze to the southwest. Why the city has a hedge maze is a mystery for another day, yes. The messengers are definitely up to something, hiding notes throughout the city. Raz supposes a hedge maze is a perfect place for such things. Probably hidden beneath some sort of marker, yes?
I've lost everything.
Pardon me, excuse me, coming through.
What a wonderful place to hide something. Look for a statue or something. Anything that could serve as a marker for a hiding place.
What an odd person.
Oh.
A coded message? Raz hates riddles. You'll figure it out, yes?
Jock will find our little moon singer and lead her to a safe location outside Dune.
So this is the point where we decipher the code and track down the messengers, yes? If Raz has any ideas, he will gladly share them with you. Which clue in specific would you like help with, Raz wonders? But Raz must warn you, I'm better at killing things than at solving riddles. Ah, Raz thinks he knows about these clues. It's obvious. Look for something that resembles a knight and a wolf around town, yes? Perch is a place to sit, correct? And sports fighters, those could be some sort of gladiators. I wonder, is there a place where people can watch gladiators in this city? Let Raz think about that one. If we are looking down, it has to be someplace above us. Maybe the roof of one of the buildings. Well, John and Jode wouldn't have given me claws if they didn't want this one to climb.
A very deserving find.
You've caught me at a busy time.
The Grand Sermonizer! Call home
What can I help you with?
Brought out the worst of the worst to come pay their penance in the pit. Let the games begin! They're off their leash and out for blood!
So, this is the point where we decipher the code and track down the messages, yes? If Ross has any ideas, he will gladly share them with you. Which clue in specific would you like help with, Ross wonders? But Raz must warn you, I'm better at killing things than at solving riddles.
Oh, the trials heaped upon Akatas, his faithful servant.
Well?
I'm busy, very busy.
Only the finest wares here.
These notes should lead us to whoever commissioned this research. There must be it. Read them again. According to the notes we found, every one of the targets is a guilty liar. Except for the reference to the handsome Khajiit. That observation was extremely astute. We still don't know who the messages were left for. Let's try to figure it out. Well, the scribbles at the bottom of each note appear to be instructions. Raz thinks that if we piece them all together, it will create a map of sorts. Well, not a literal map, though that would be handy. Well, the clues certainly allow us to exclude many parts of the city, and there aren't many roads besides the main one. Raz will continue to ponder these clues. Something is bound to occur to Raz eventually.
It's always the same, day after day.
What is it?
Cracking heads.
Raz is a genius! Raz has figured out what the clues mean. It was right in front of Raz's nose the entire time. Still, all this thinking makes Raz's head hurt. Raz knows where we need to go. It was right in front of us this entire time. Do you want to know where the clues point to? Raz does not wish to spoil your fun if you'd rather solve the puzzle yourself. There is a small house to the south, near the Order of the Hour's Tower of Judgment. It's one of the only private buildings that's not along the main road. Clearly, the recipient of these notes must be hiding there. Raz can feel it in his whiskers.
You shouldn't break into a house that someone has already broken into. Where's your sense of honor,
The
Mr. Dark?
comfort of a fire.
Beautiful
As
dark.
true in your time as much as in mine.
Naryu, the sweetroll killer. Raz would be sad to have to kill you now.
Well, I am a killer, but I'm not the killer. And what's that one doing here? This has nothing to do with the Brotherhood.
Raz is confused. You better talk to Naryu so we can figure out what's going on here.
If you and your Brotherhood comrades sent me that sweetroll, I'm truly disappointed. I thought you'd realize by now that I don't take kindly to threats. Besides, it's hard enough to look good in tight leather without being tempted by tasty pastries. No one knew I was on the Gold Coast. No one except you. Suddenly, someone delivers a sweetroll with my name on it and a note predicting my untimely demise. It looks like you betrayed me. Give me a reason not to run you through. You realize that our organizations don't exactly play nice with one another, right? The moment I leave myself open, they'll put a blade in my neck. You joined the Brotherhood. You have to see how that makes me question our relationship. I want to believe you, I really do. But until I figure out what you're really up to, I'll keep my feelings to myself. If you really care, your actions will speak louder than your words anyway. Besides, I still want to know what you're doing here. So you followed my messengers and found me instead? Ever since I received the threatening sweetroll, I've been looking into other targets, trying to figure out who knows me and why they want to kill me. Well, why they want to kill me this time. Everyone who received one of the menacing sweetrolls is traveling to Anvil for one reason or another. Seems to me, if the killer is smart, that's where he'll make his move. As a matter of fact, I'm headed there now. No one threatens me and lives. Just don't get in my way. I'm still trying to figure out your game in all this. But we've worked well together in the past. Might as well take advantage of that. I'll confer with Raz to make sure he and I see eye to eye, and we'll meet you in Anvil.
Raz has ears as sharp as a dire wolf. This one heard everything you said. The Queen would probably frown upon working with the likes of Naryu Virium, but Raz says the more the merrier. At least until we catch the sweetroll killer.
This is never going to end, is it?
Feels like I've been at this forever.
good time.
I read about this place
What's the world
in a
coming
book
to
from
when a
my
ragtag
time.
group of bandits
It is
like
quite
the
different
Redwoods
from what I
take over
recall.
town?
Perhaps I misremember. Pay me no mind.
I'm sure her apprentice just ran off. Probably better she's gone when the killer comes round anyway.
Yarmia never flees at the first sign of trouble. Second, yes, but first... Plus, she always comes back. Raz has a bad feeling.
We all have bad feelings. It's inevitable. I'll have my eyes and ears around town watch for her, if it makes you feel any better.
Raz appreciates that. And people say you're a stone-cold harlot. But not Raz. Why did Raz give Elf Apprentice a weapon? Now she's missing and the sharp blade was just lying on the floor. Now you think she ran away, but Raz knows better. Whoever has Yarmia, Raz will find them, and then they will experience so much pain. Raz wants to disagree with you, but he cannot. Naryu and Raz will find the other targets, hide them in Engra's hostel, where we can keep an eye on them. In the meantime, Raz has something he'd like you to do. Go back to the beginning. Talk to Riemann, the one who hired you. Raz thinks he knows more than he's said. Go to the Gold Coast Trading Company and see what he's hiding. Hurt him if you must. Just make sure he lives long enough for us to find Yarmia.
I'm desperate.
Such trifles will not be missed.
This is your fault. I never should have hired you. What was I thinking? Because of you, the killer decided that I was a threat. Sent my own sweetroll with a message inside. Then she cut me with her poison blade. Now I'm dying because of you. I found her on one of my trading expeditions. She talked of visions, how they helped her shape the ripples of fate. Crazy talk, but useful. You understand? I could point her at a target, like an arrow, set her loose and watch them die. Not anymore, obviously. You mentioned my name. Shouldn't have done that. She knows I betrayed her. Knows I sent you to eliminate her. Hid my involvement in all this. I knew it the moment I arrived in Anvil and saw the sweetroll waiting for me. You met her. The gardener. She has a farmhouse, southeast of Anvil. But she won't be there for long. I'm dying, and it's your fault. I hope you realize I'm not going to pay you for this.
No, I do not approve of expedited penance.
Raz must sadly report that we could not find all of the killer's targets. Just the ones you see here in the hostel. The killer has struck. Raz feels it in his paws. I just hope we can keep the others safe. Really? Raz is impressed. Did you threaten and cajole? It's Riemann, correct? We can go to the inn, get drunk, and put this sorry affair behind us. Wait. Riemann isn't a her. The gardener? No wonder Raz couldn't find her. But we're wasting time. If you know where the murderer is, we should get moving. Let's go dunk the sweetroll killer in the bitter milk of justice. Raz would try to convince Naryu to stay and watch over them, but he doesn't want to get a blade stuck between his ribs. Let's hope luck favors the bold, and we stop the killer before she comes back for the others.
Now I know what my contracts must feel like, having a constant target floating above their heads. I heard what you told Roz. Let's get to that farm and put an end to the sweetroll killer.
With haste!
Raz thinks this place is too quiet. Good spot for an ambush, yes.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I could use a good fight right about now.
You send very mixed messages, Nario. One moment you're flirting, the next you're stabbing. It's very confusing.
Well, that's only because you assume the two are different, Rosm dear.
Raz hates quiet in situations like this. Quiet never ends well. Raz just hopes the targets are still alive so we can rescue them. Tread carefully, Sharpclaw. Place was quiet and empty when we arrived. To be fair, we haven't checked any of the buildings yet. Raz wanted to wait for you. No one wants to miss their own party, yes? Whenever you're ready, we can start the search. Oh, good. Raz has found them.
Enough! Too much blood has been spilled. I knew you'd find me. The fates told me so. But the climax isn't certain. There are many paths before us. You don't know how much I despise that name. I am a fate bearer, one of the select few who can see what the future holds and then do something about it. Each of my targets has the potential to cause unmitigated disasters. I stop them. Good and evil has no bearing on my visions. It's their actions that concern me. Each causes a ripple that radiates through time until a disaster occurs. Economic collapse, the death of a prominent leader, a queen betrayed. I had to stop them. Her fate is the worst of all. Her daughter causes the world to burn, or she could. The future is a fluid thing. I have seen my escape and my death, both possible at this moment, and both championed by each of your allies. But the choice is yours. To save these people, of course. Let me walk out of here, and I'll provide the antidote for the poison now coursing through their blood. Or kill me and let them die. The choice is yours. Confer with your allies, then let me know what you decide.
Raz heard the nonsense that spilled out of the killer's mouth. Why are we even considering bargaining with this crazy dark elf? Well, yes, there is that. Raz changed his mind. Bargaining should be considered. We have to do whatever we can to keep these people safe. Besides, we can always resume the hunt another day. No, not even a tiny bit. But Raz supposes that a chance to save innocents is better than no chance at all. Raz says, let her live.
I can't believe you're even considering this. Did you hear how crazy she sounded? Damn right you do. She's crazy as a cracked mud crab. All her talk about fate and the future, and what she said about me. I don't have a daughter. I hate children. It's never going to happen. Any way you look at it, Luna has to die. What about them? She's going to kill again, and she's going to come back for us. She thinks we're going to wreck the world. If we save a few now, how many more will she kill later? I say end her life and be done with it.
Naryu is right, you know. The Fate Bearers will come for them. All of them. It's what we do. Still, while there's even the slimmest chance that you can save these people, can you risk not taking it? Can you? Then out with it. Don't leave us all in suspense. Which of the possible fates have you decided to favor with your decision? I accept your decision and will honor my word. I'll go with Razumdar and give him the antidote. That I can't promise. It's my burden to bear the dictates of fate, and that burden sends me where it will. But for now, we'll return to Vardenfell, to our shrine of the changing fates. Interesting. It appears we'll meet again there. I'll honor my word and show Razumdar where to find the antidote.
And Raz will let you leave this land. But next time, Raz thinks not so much.
I can't believe you people. How can you let a killer just walk away free and clear?
Raz cannot let innocents die. Is your heart really that cold, Naryu?
Don't worry, assassin. We'll meet again.
Let's meet back at the enchanter's shop when this sorry affair is done.
I thought you'd support me in this. Shows how much of the future I can see. You let her live. I thought I knew you better than that. No one was saved today. You just put off the battle for another day. Just go. I need to get back to Vardenfell anyway. I've had my fill of this tarnished coast.
I will stay close to you, Tamit. I do not wish to lose my way.
Raz is happy to report that the crazy dark elf kept her word. She provided the antidote, and we saved the targeted people. Raz could not have done it without your help, my friend. Yes, Raz does not like that either. The murders of the Queen's advisors remain unavenged. Still, Raz thinks we made the correct choice. But these fate bearers, do they worry you as much as they worry me? Raz likes how you think. Now, the apprentice elf and I will return home and continue her training. This one wonders if Naryu and the others will ever be truly safe. Vardenfell sounds like a dangerous place that just got more deadly. Raz wishes you the best of luck, my friend, but Vardenfell is a bit out of my jurisdiction. If they show themselves in the Dominion, Raz will deal with them. But in Dark Elf lands, that's someone else's problem, yes? Move it, short apprentice. And do not forget Raz's favorite brush. It would be a tragedy if this beautiful fur got tangled.
This is definitely not what I signed up for. I almost died, and this is the thanks I get. Raz is making me pack up all our belongings before we head back to Auridon. As soon as I get a weapon, I might use it to skin that arrogant cat.
Raz does not think he will ever look at a sweetroll the same way again. That makes Raz a very sad cat.
It's all right to be angry, you faithful of Akatosh. Just perhaps with a little less zeal, until some of this blows over.
I think I read about this place in a book from my time. It is quite different from what I recall. Perhaps I misremember. Pay me no mind. Watch yourself! Dadna, exavija.
This forsaken place draws the weak-willed like moths to a flame.